It's time for our yearly Tempesta event. Starting with Ngansawai. The J and the I are silent. She's a mermaid. She's also a healer. Is she better than Unicorn? No, but she's a healer. It's nice to have options. Also a little side note. All the new Tempesta ships released with their augment modules. So instead of just looking at their base kits, I'm just going to assume that the augment modules are base. This second skill is just an essay.
Every 15 seconds after the battle starts, grants the treasure ship's safeguard buff to a random ship in your fleet, excluding this ship. For 10 seconds, this buff increases that ship's damage dealt by 4% and decreases Gansawai's damage taken by 10%. If Gansawai lost less than 50% of her max HP as a result of damage taken while the buff is active, increases the buff recipient's damage dealt by 2% until the battle ends. If Gansawai's total damage taken exceeds 50% of the buff, the buff recipient loses 1% of her max HP instead. This buff cannot be applied to ships who have lost HP as a result of this skill. So once there are no eligible targets for this buff, Gansawai's damage dealt increases Gansawai's damage dealt by 10% until the battle ends.
Okay. So from my understanding, she applies the buff. So while the buff is active, she randomly chooses a ship other than herself. That ship gets damage increase, while Gansawai herself gets reduced damage taken. And now within those 10 seconds, if Gansawai takes more than 15% of her max health as damage, then the ship that has the buff loses 1% of their max HP. And then they can't receive the buff again. If she takes less than 15% of her max health as damage in the buff duration, the ship gets a 2% increased damage dealt, lasting for the rest of the battle. And there's nothing that says it can't stack. She could theoretically, it will take forever for you to stack it. But like if you have like a 5-minute fight and you're able to keep Gansawai relatively healthy throughout the entire fight, where every 15 seconds it's 2, so in a minute you get 8, and then so in 5 minutes you get 40% damage increase. It's pretty unique, but like, is it applicable in most cases? No. In most cases she's just gonna function as a healer. And then we have Fancy. I'll be honest, Fancy is attractive, but also if you woke up in the middle of the night and you saw this face, would you be terrified or would you be turned on? I feel like it's a bit of both. But I mean that smile, that damn smile, goddamn. Right, like the fancy thing about Fancy is that her second skill gives her a barrier, and then when the barrier is down, she gets evasion rate, and then when evasion rate is gone, she gets a barrier again. And it's just an endless loop of decent survivability stats. And now we have Amity. She is a sub, meaning I don't care as much. Her first skill makes all enemies who attack this ship take 8% more damage for 3 seconds. 3 seconds is kind of short, but I'm assuming it just constantly gets reapplied as she keeps taking hits, which is rather unique. I don't think there's a sub in the game that gives a damage buff that the whole fleet can take advantage of. And 8% is nothing to scoff at either. It's small, but it's still relatively significant. Design wise, she seems like your typical edgy lolly girl. And then her second skill is like the typical Tempesta skill that either lasts 60 seconds or they run away as soon as they get low. And Dolphin. Who is this cute thing and where did it come from? She is absolutely adorable, but that's kind of it. I mean, as an elite sub, there's not really much to expect. She reveals enemy subs, which is nice, I guess. And then, yeah, that's it. Fun fact, did you know dolphins, like humans, are one of the few species in the world that copulate for fun? Yeah, that's all I got. Lastly, that brings us to Portsmouth Adventure, who, if you clicked on this video, you probably saw the thumbnail. And the thumbnail tells you all you need to know. Sick. And as if her base skin wasn't enough, just look at the skin that she came with. Oh my god, like thick. Just thick. She's so thick. Her kit's pretty interesting too. She's a healer, but they made sure to specify that she doesn't just heal them, she heals them with the power of alcohol. She heals them and puts ships in a drunken state, increasing their firepower but decreasing their accuracy. Like and subscribe.